Hurry up, sailor. The show's about to start. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hello. We are so happy you're here tonight. So my name is Lisa, and Sailor Boy over here is Martha, and she will be my announcing partner tonight. We're so excited to be here. It's the big show. The dancers are all lined up and ready to go. We've had our pre-show toast, and we're going to get started. So beginning with the welcome dance. Now this dance includes Russian, Yellow Russian, Moldavian, and Ukrainian costuming and traditional dance. It also includes the presentation of salt and bread, a traditional Russian welcome. So, we're ready. The dancers are ready. The audience is ready. Let's start the welcome dance. say welcome. Troika is the Russian word for three. In Troika Polka, featuring 3 pairs of dancers dancing a lively Belarusian polka. Our next dance is a character dance. It tells a story and requires a bit of imagination from the audience. So picture a river running across the front of our stage. A young woman has the unwelcome chore of doing her laundry by the river. Now, you know she's not very happy about this until 2 young fellows happen upon the scene. Well, you know, she'd much rather flirt with them. Our river girl is very clever. Maybe she can figure out a way to have some fun and get her work done, even maybe by somebody else. This is By the River. This is a very special night for the New Archangel Dancers. You know, it's Linda's last big show. And we would, yes, I know, we love us some Linda. And we would love to include the audience in our celebration of Linda. So anytime Martha or I say the word Linda, we want the audience to applaud and shout out loud for everyone's love of Linda.
The next dance we have is based on a very famous Russian folk song. It is a Pliasovaya, or festival dance, and the music starts out fast and then gets slow and then goes fast and then gets slow. So we invite you to clap along during the fast parts and just hang in there during the slow parts. This is Kalinka, and boy one is Linda!
The New Archangel Dancers have a lot of fun. And you know, we could use some more dancers. If you are a woman between the ages of 21 and 49, we have a special invitation for you. We're having an open house at our studio on October 23rd at 7:30 p.m. Put that on your calendar.
And if you know of anyone else who might not be here tonight but would enjoy being on stage with us, please encourage them to come by on the 23rd or stop by and talk to one of us after the show today. The auditions won't be until October the 30th, so there's plenty of time to get to know us and see if it's right for you. It's really fun. Our next dance is going to be really fun as well. This hails from the Ural Mountain region, and it is called Ural Mountain Dance, and boy 2 is
Linda!
You may have noticed that in most of our dances we have an even number of boys and girls. Well, in the next dance, that is sadly not the case. It is a classic love triangle with 2 boys vying for the attention of 1 girl. This dance was given to us by Natasha Lebowski-Burns, and it is called Kokietka, which in Russian means flirting. for you to imagine now that this stage has become a town square, and you will see the peddlers entering the scene. They'll be bringing their baskets of vegetables, fruits, flowers, and bread to sell. And what else should you do after a successful day at market? But dance. You'll see this in the next dance, which is called the Peddler's Dance. In Russian, it is Korobeniki, and boy 3 is Linda.
In Russia of old, a handkerchief was not only an important accessory, but a status symbol as well. In this dance, a young woman enters the village square, proudly displaying her new handkerchief. Two of her friends arrive on the scene, and they are so envious of this handkerchief, they decide to take it. A chase ensues, and there is a surprise ending in our dance called Kerchief.
We have had many choreographers over the years who have taught us many wonderful dances. The next dance is called Chimonia, and it was taught to us by Alexander David. It is an unusual dance because it has 6 girls and only 3 boys.
I thought I was going to get to correct you there. So the music in this dance is very unusual. There's a singer in the music, and she is singing of her love for her boyfriend, Timonia, who is the very best accordion player in all of Russia.
He must be very good with his hands. Well, regardless of what Timonia can do, we know what our dancers can do, and boy 2 is Linda. That was the beautiful Bielowica Krugalica, which is a horovod. That's a dance that is done in circular patterns. And dancer number 6 was Linda. We are not always as graceful, though, I must confess to you. And in fact, in the next dance, I think you will see some Cossack horsemen who have come to Sitka to rampage our stage and fight for the right to own a beautiful silk scarf. This is our Cossack horseman's dance.
Bad job. Come on, kids!
You know, if you ever do have a candy spill in your life, just call these kids. They'll have you cleaned up in no time. The next dance we have is one that takes place in a forest. In this dance, you will see some young men enter the scene, and they are walking in the forest. Then they will be joined by a beautiful young woman who is carrying a Russian-painted board. She is joined by two of her friends, and the boys and the girls have a little bit of a competition to see who can dance with the board in the forest. This is a thing that happens, and I just want you to go with it. This dance is called Dashiechki.
We love wearing our costumes. You know, most of the costumes we have, we make ourselves and we maintain them very carefully. The exception is my own costume. I traveled to Moscow in January for Russian Christmas with Linda. She had an invitation to stay with a friend there who works at the U.S. Embassy in Moscow. And the embassy set us up with a guy named Igor who took us to a shop where they had this costume. I fell in love with my kokoshnik, and the only sarafan that matched happened to be my size. You know, it was totally worth walking 10 blocks in minus 20-degree weather to have this costume. Igor also took us to visit Grishko Boots, a very famous Russian dance shoe company. And when we went in there, Linda asked for black boots. Of course, she had to have black boots. And the people working there said, no, black boots, they are for the boy dancers. And so Linda just showed them a few shipoks, and they let her buy 5 pairs of boots. She's wearing them tonight. You know, gypsies are found in cultures all over the world, including Russia. So imagine, we're at a Russian gypsy encampment. Night has fallen, and the gypsies come out to dance. Under the Apple Tree takes place in an apple orchard. The entry step for the girls is actually stepping over the apples. Then the boys show up, there's a bit of flirtation, and the competition begins. Everybody has fun under the apple tree. Is a character dance with 5 woodsmen who go into the forest to cut down trees for the villagers' firewood. Their fearless leader, the boss, is Linda. You know? Oh. I thought they weren't ready, but they are. Here's Axe featuring the boss, Linda.
In the history of the New Archangel Dancers, the show has never been stopped until now.
But we feel it is a fitting way to pay tribute to one of our most active, encouraging role models as she performs her last big show.
Linda and I joined this group in 1996. Since day one, she has gone above and beyond to make this group succeed because she loves to dance and she loves this group of ladies. She's an extraordinary woman and the best friend you'd ever want in your corner.
So please, if you guys would stand with us to help show her how much we love her and appreciate all she's done for our group over the years, and how excited we are for her transition from an active dancer to joining the elite group of grads. Do you all mind standing up for just 1 minute?
All right, let's get back to the show. Where in this dance, Linda is appropriately the boss.
Don't you love? We're too close to each other. Don't you just love being a new Archangel?
Sometimes the mic and I don't get along. We had a little talk backstage, so I think we're going to be much better now.
All right.
So Lisa and I were going to tell you about how when we joined the New Archangel Dancers, I joined in 2006. And while I knew I could never do those deep shepoks like Linda can, I saw it as an opportunity to wear red boots. You too can see it as an opportunity to either wear red boots or get some exercise or enjoy the camaraderie of other wonderful women or just have fun being silly on stage. Again, you can come to our open house on October the 23rd, or come to our auditions, which are going to be on
October 30th at our studio at 7:30. Now, one thing I love about being a dancer is all the fun we have in our dressing room. And we are so happy to be back in the new and improved Centennial Hall. You wouldn't believe the dressing room has air conditioning. It's amazing good. So we have so much fun in that dressing room. When I started dancing, I was so nervous about dancing that I used to put a little wine in my sports bottle just to give me a little liquid courage to go up. And now look at me, 15 years later, no wine, I'm out here front and center and enjoying every moment of the big show.
So I'm going to tell you a little bit about our next dance now. This is a dance that shows off all of our personality. You'll see two country girls enter the scene, and they haven't seen each other in a very long time. Then they will be joined by a very studious boy and his doting girlfriend. Finally, you'll see a beautiful couple enter the scene. They are so much in love with themselves. Watch how all these personalities collide in this dance called Prohodka, which in Russian means promenade. The next dance we have is one of the oldest we have ever had in our repertoire. The costumes are vintage. They were made in 1971. Now, we got the idea for these costumes from a photo that we saw on the side of a vodka bottle. And just because we take our costuming very seriously, we extensively researched bottle after bottle of vodka to just make sure we got the costume exactly right. You'll see the results here in this beautiful dance called Ribbon.
In Russia of old, it was customary for a young man to give his special someone a very special, unique handkerchief. So I'm trying to find a good place without any feedback. So, anyway, a young woman arrives on the village square, proudly displaying her new, very special, one-of-a-kind handkerchief. Another young woman arrives who is also displaying her special, one-of-a-kind handkerchief. Well, they are not very happy to find out these handkerchiefs are identical, obviously given by the same young man. Let's watch and see how the young man handles this situation in handkerchief. Now, this young man is, of course, Linda! Well, we're gonna try it out.
The New Archangel Dancers is very happy and proud to be part of the Alaska Day Festival. All of the proceeds from our dancing tonight go towards the Alaska Day Committee to celebrate Alaska and celebrate some of the events that you'll participate in this week. The next dance we have is our final dance of our performance today. Lisa, do you want to tell them what they're going to see?
This is a very special dance. It is a Russian competition dance. It is the one with all the tricks you've been waiting to see. And you know we have names for our tricks. They are back-to-back, bounce to pop, twins, opposition, forwards, hookups. And then tonight we have split jumps and bite. Now the girl turns are Gulyanka turns, stomp turns, hairpin turns, and a chaîné turn. Now we encourage you to clap, stomp, and whistle. It encourages our dancers to spin faster and jump higher.
Therefore, without further ado, we give you our final Russian finale. Spasiba, zevdemane, do svidaniya. And
Boy 3 is Linda!
all of you for coming to the New Archangel Dancers special show. It's special for so many reasons. And you guys can sit down, thank you. It's special for so many reasons. One of those reasons is that this is the time where we get to perform for all of you, our family, friends, and our community. But tonight is also special for another reason. At this time, I would like to invite past New Archangel dancers, present New Archangel dancers, or anybody that has been a New Archangel dancer, please come up on the stage. You can go right in this way. And I'm going to continue to talk while they come up. As many of you know, when a New Archangel dancer reaches a certain age, they graduate from the group. We celebrate their graduation on a very special evening of the year. This is that evening. Tonight, we have someone graduating. As you can tell, this lady is very loved and very appreciated. Tonight, we are celebrating Linda Spierskra's graduation. Linda, could you step forward, please? After being asked to join for several years by Patty Scanis, Linda finally gave in and joined the New Archangel Dancers in 1996. She started performing in the summer of 1997, and in the 20 years she has been with the dancers, she has performed 1,918 times. Wow! Wow, that's a lot of dancing. In 1998, she was elected to the New Archangel Dancers Board. In 2000, Linda started helping with scheduling. In 2002, Linda became the New Archangel Dancers president. And in 2012, she and two others shared the position of dance directors. She continued in that role from that time until now. Some of the dancers shared with me their thoughts or special memories of you. One said, I remember her telling us that she didn't have any dance background prior to joining the group. That was totally amazing, since she is such an awesome and strong dancer. Don't make me cry. Another said, she inspires me. She is so energetic and such a go-getter. Her passion and love for the dance group and commitment she has given over the years has been much appreciated. Not only has she always been a great advocate for the dancers, but she has truly given above and beyond. I have watched her reach out to a NAD member during hard times, and I have experienced her kindness and support during my own hard times. I love the appreciation she shows to the grads and NADs by giving back to us as a group. Sometimes I think she's not human for how much energy and output she gives and does.
This is real sweat.
Another shared, in addition to learning most dance positions, boy and underdress girl, Linda served as a co-dance director, board member, studio organizer, building task delegator, floor caretaker, and a person who remembers to reach out and make things happen. Of the many women whose leadership has held this group together, Linda's arms reach particularly wide and make great things happen. And lastly, one shared, I echo so many of the things that have been already said. Linda has put much time and energy into contributing to our group's success. Her love and passion for it has been inspiring. I love dancing with her. The wink and smile, the encouragement of strong handhold when you're faltering because your dress is completely unzipped and you're worried it's falling off while you're performing. Her great characters. So much fun. In a moment, I'm going to hand the mic to Linda. She would like to say a few words. But before I do, as you can tell by these comments, Linda, you are very special to all of us. We cannot thank you enough for all you have done with this group. Thank you, Linda.
Well, I thought I had some great words of wisdom, but I think they've all been like blown out of my mind. So I do have to say, this group is so incredibly special, and I wished I hadn't waited those 7 years that Patty Scanis had pestered me, because I would have had an additional 7 years with this group. It's very special, very dear to my heart, and I encourage any woman out there that has ever thought about, hey, what's this group all about? Come check us out, because it's more than just a dance group. It's a friendship that have been forged over the years. You're going to meet people you've never met before, and you're going to so love it. Everyone has diverse opinions. The cross-section that we represent in this community is profound, as you can see up here on stage today. So I do want to thank my family with the support that they've given me, from the joy that I've shown of what I've gotten out of this group. Has been just pure pleasure. And my husband Phil is sitting right in front, and his support has been amazing. I have my two youngest daughters here, Marika and Shay, who have danced on this stage in my belly throughout my entire pregnancy. And I think they know these steps probably better than I do. And I have two older boys who aren't here today, who also played a large role in babysitting a lot of our children so that we could dance. And my sister Salma is here, and she has, in the few times that she's been around the group, has said, my God, this is amazing, what you people do, and what you give back to this community and the friendships that you have. She said, I get it. This is something I would want to be a part of. And my mom was going to be here today. She could not be, but this group has always been something that she just smiles, and I love seeing her in the front row and just being like, I would have wanted to do this, and I believe her. I think she would have been great. So I just want to say thank you to all of you. You've all touched my heart in different ways. You all know it.
Thank you for coming to the New Archangel Dancers Big Show. Good night.